Hello everybody. This is a special video about kind of like giving you heads up about this report. So when you listen to the report, you can kind of like get yourself with what I'm trying to tell you. Where is this report? First of all, it's coming in. Direct astrology that I do is combined with gravity, with the quantum principles. Took a long time to kind of like comprehend it myself. Was basically a download from the universe, however you wanna, or my subconscious, however your you know level of comprehension says. I mean, I'm not putting anybody down, just saying it is what it is. If you know me from my other channels, you guys understand in this. But talking about this astrology is a little bit more advanced, and it's needed. It's needed for the age of Aquarius. It's really needed because it's using the gravity, the planets, the effects over us. I managed to simplify something more complicated and looking at how is it affecting within us, within our psyche. Um, I mean, over the years, that astrology helped to the people, to the especially people who are in soul connections. It helped a lot. People who had issues with kind of like family karma, understanding in this what the gravity does. So you understand yourself as a gravity and as an energy, but you need to understand that the zodiac signs out there, the way there is, they have effect of the magnetic energy over to the solar system. It's been said long time ago, your destiny is written in the stars. Even the people who started this, the Sumerians started the astrology, they knew about pretty much everything somehow, some way, whatever the magical or mysterious way it is. But talking about every time when we have the planets within a specific zodiac signs in there, that gravity from that zodiac sign through the planet, it is affecting what's going on in the solar system. And through what's going on in the solar system, we are actually getting affected because we are the living beings in this solar system here. And over the time, the astrologers developed that, they knew that, and so on and so on. But you need to understand that the gravity creates a magnetic field. Through that magnetic field, everything's living. I mean, without the gravity, the planets wouldn't spin. We're not going to be turning around, and maybe the life would not exist. We're probably going to be swallowed by the sun, and that's it. Which is, unfortunately, at some point, that gravity of the sun spinning is going to be going away. One way or another, sooner or later, it's going to happen. But you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about any of this because even if that happens, the energy as you are, it's going to be transferred to another place of existence, another level of existence, I would say more properly. But the gravity actually is turning into these magnetic vibrations. The magnetic vibrations, they have some frequency, which is intensity, or they can be lower frequency, or they can be higher frequency. We can see this within the astrology when there is an aspect that creates that intensity and aspects that the energy is flowing normally. And there is also an aspect within astrology that they are working within our connections within the whole this system. So that energy that it's coming inside in there into the solar system, it only also affecting us because we are living on the earth. And through that magnetic energy, we as energy, okay, we actually through that gravity to this magnetic field, we're turning this magnetic field into an energy. That energy comes in and it's processes within our mind and turns to emotions or information that tells us what is going on. Sometimes you may find yourself like you have pull towards a certain people, or you don't even know the person, you just kind of like back it off. Why? They have a magnetic field, you have a magnetic field. And just by the understanding of the magnetic field, you kind of like communicate. You already guys know what I'm talking about. And you communicate, and you kind of like not comparable. Why? But you actually see some people, and you are like an instant connection. And this is why with this astro-gravitational report, I'm actually giving you what the weather is. The weather of the day, what it's gonna come in the next day. This is like if it's gonna rain or it's gonna be dealing with this, it's gonna be dealing with that. When I'm talking about the energy, I'm talking about the environment. Okay, we are gonna be put all of us. We are all in this environment, and that environment can affect you in all the area of life. They can affect you in from personally within the relationship within yourself, with your higher self, which is your spirit, what it tells you, or the lower self, which is your shadow, the things that you're hiding inside of you, things that you don't share with nobody. All right. So talking about this energy, the gravity is actually coming in from the black holes. The black holes ones, they're collecting so much material, so much connection, stardust, and swallowing so many stars and so on. At some point, that spinning energy of the black hole, it becomes imbalanced. And since it becomes an imbalanced, if you look at it, there is a two more bright. That energy begins to leaking through the black hole, and since it spins, it creates the galaxy, and the energies that comes in from the core, which is up and down, that is it, the energy that we looking at as the souls, it's coming out. Then we're all gonna create this bubble zone, like lower end, higher end, and so on, and begins to develop the world. But that gravity, it is there. And exactly at this moment, everything is already predetermined of that Big Bang, of that black hole. I mean, the center of the Milky Way is a black hole. And you need to understand, this is the normal way of the life is. But that gravity was predetermined. So if that gravity was predetermined, so was predetermined whatever the sun is going to be, whatever our planets are going to be, was also predetermined how we are going to be facing this astrology science, how we're going to be developed this. The gravity is actually going into the pull and push. So the planets, they can come a little closer, but then it gonna comes down. Then the gravity is gonna be pulling them in, but then also it's pulling them outward. So that way you have these direct motions of the planets. That's what they spin. And there, each planet has its own gravity, its own effects over us, and we as a human determined it long time ago what they are. I try to use the classic astrology development in there and to simplify, because that kind of like understanding that it's so kind of like a higher level of understanding, to put it in a normal human words sometimes is really heavy, really hard to talk about these things. Even sometimes I'm trying to understand myself. At some point, it's like, man, what do you got in your brain? It's too much for you. How are you going to be putting this in a normal human being? I mean, I can explain to myself as an energy the way it is, but sometimes it's like, you guys know how that goes. If you've been into the spirituality, you guys understand. The point, the point for you is to understand this principle in order your soul to come into the earth. Okay, The gravity of the earth, the energetic gravity, which is the magnetic pull on earth, and you as an energy, as a soul energy within you, it has to match. What that is the earth is matching the same frequency and vibrations that the body already is there, and the energy of their soul, it comes in, and it says now is the time. At that time when you are born, the sun is facing the rising energies, or as I said, those are the ascendant. The ascendant is the rising energies that I'm telling you what is going on in the morning when you wake up. But you also have another, what it's called the midheaven, which is that is the inner work you do. That is right in the top, or it's connecting with the 10th house, which is all the astrologers know. The 10th house is the work, the house of the work. So through that, we are able to figure it out. How is your gravity? What are you attracting in your life? Why there is a repeating cycles within your life? What is it going on with this? But we'll also be able to see through all the movements of the planets that we know how they're going to be, to kind of like a determined the environment. But with the astro-gravitational report, I'm giving you what the gravity will be that represent that gravity, and what the emotions you are going to be possibly facing. For each zodiac signs, they are different. I can't make for the each zodiac sign every day. I mean, this is like I have to be here on the computer. We're talking about preparations and everything within the video and so on. I gotta be more than 12 hours without eating, without drinking coffee, without doing the normal stuff. But I'm giving you the general report, and that report represents these energies of people that if they were born at this time of the day, what they are going to be, what is the things are going to be getting in there. So that way, if you see that energy works with the grid of the magnetic pull of the earth, and that way we are going within. Since the planet are turning, we are going through a different environment. Okay, when we switching the big planets, when they switching zodiac signs, we are going through different environments. But also every 2,000 years plus, we are changing a directions. There are points, the central directions of what are we gonna be dealing with. Currently, we are shifting between the Pisces and the age of Aquarius, the Aquarius age, and we are in this turmoil that the new development, the new universal way of the life is gonna go coming in. The new developments are gonna be coming in, and right now within these positions, people who's gonna get evolve, people who's gonna be moved. We are gonna be more appreciative towards the universe. We are gonna understand more within ourselves. And there's going to be some new inventions that's going to blow your mind if you tell you what is coming in. But there is a whole new things. We probably in the next, I'm looking at like 300 years plus the way we are going. We're probably going to leave the, we're going to go into have some closer look to Jupiter and come back maybe 2-3 days. And we're going to have this ability, capabilities within us. The question is what are we going to be using it? Are we going to be developing the universal emotions and culture from within? Okay, are we going to be acting like a pirates out in the universe, or we are going to be part of this universal knowledge and understanding in there? So determined of what we are going to be doing from now on, how we're going to be learning the age of Aquarius. Um, Talking about this, that the earth is changing. I mean, we've been evolving so much, and more people becoming awakened. They're living more by sense. But what did they sense in there? They sensing the vibrations, they sensing the energies, they sensing what is coming in somehow, some way, and so on. Actually, in the last few years, a lot has been talking about the mirroring neurons and the CHAT, which is able to send and receive signals within the brain of the human. And exactly that's how that goes. The magnetics, the gravity, the pulse that comes in. If you remember back in the 80s, if you have a cassette tape player, what there was is that a plastic film that has a ferro oxide in there, and the magnetic put these little squares, they are very miniature squares, into that film, turn them at different angles, and that was creating the music that you recorded on it, and the music you played. So it's the same thing. It is the same principle. It's a universal principle of this. The only thing right now is just the awakening from within us. We are have to go and move forward and understanding more forward of who we really are as a race, as understanding. But we also need some new tools. And this is a new tool for you. I mean, I appreciate everyone who's watching the channel in there, but kind of like for the people who are coming in, they're gonna be, well, dear, what are you talking about? How did you come up with this? And so on and so on. You need to understand it's a gift. It's a gift to the humanity. It's a gift. It is what it is. I'm trying to put some of these things more in perspective down the road when I have time to write the books about all this and the aspects and everything and effects and so on. But if you're watching the gravity report, that report basically helps you to understand what I'm saying in there. So if you heard the words energy, that's pull, or we are going to be dealing with this and that and so on, that is a coming from all this interpretation of all this complicated process that it's going on within me inside of looking at with all that energy, understanding how it's going to be the effects and how we are going to be improved with this. So looking at within yourself, hopefully this report it helps you a lot. I hope you use it as a tool. Don't use it as a creating expectations within yourself. The worst thing, the damage that I see, not only within the astrology, I see it with the tarot, I see it within the psychic readings, I see it with the people who are clairvoyant, so on and so on and so on, people who predicting the future, okay? You develop yourself and expectations, and based on these expectations, you think like it can be happen and so on. But allow to understand how the people can feel around you. That's what this report is. First of all, to yourself, and second of all, how you can help the others to understanding better of the surrounding of that energy. Okay, guys. So that's what it is. If you're interested actually in a personal reading, currently you can find it me on a Facebook, and in the future we can develop something else that you can contact me if you're interested in your personal reading in there. But that's what this video was mainly about, you to understand this report, to understand where this is coming from, okay, and how this kind of like in a simplified way works. Okay, guys, so thank you for watching it, thank you for being here. Hopefully this daily gravity report or those spatial reports, they're helping you somehow in your advanced life. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching. Be love, be peace, and hopefully you enjoyed it, these videos. Thank you.